Konnichiwa, Guam people. JayKaminari here, and I just finished Persona 3 Reload.
Bumbleclad!
I thought Persona 4 was deep. 3 is a different level, yo. Like, that ending. We'll get to that anyway. So this is just gonna be like a review of the whole Persona, of Persona 3 Reload, basically. This was my first time ever like playing this game before. I could have played the original one, but since Reload come out, I was like, yeah, I'll just play that one. And bro, yo, this one is pretty dark, innit? Yeah, like, it was such a good game though. Like, generally, like, obviously I'm pretty new to the Persona franchise. I'm already loving it, and yeah, that this game was solid. I would say it's probably my least favorite out of the 3 I've played. It will probably go Persona 5 being my favorite, then Persona 4 Golden, and then 3. But they're all so solid, like literally 10 out of 10, seriously. Like, these games are just amazing. The only reason, yeah, this one, where do I start, bro? I'm gonna try not to spoil too much as well, but spoiler warning anyway, just in case, because there will be some things I can't avoid spoiling, obviously, because it's a whole review of the whole thing and why I like it, and you know what I mean. So you start off by going to, you know, out of the station, there's coffins everywhere, and the reason why these coffins are a thing is this thing called the dark hour. So anyone who's not basically a Persona user will end up in coffins within this hour. It's like the time in between, let's say 12 and whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's how it starts, obviously, and you're met with this like creepy kid who is, you know, yeah, he just kind of, then he's chatting about fate and all that. It's a bit, you know what I mean. And obviously you see, what's her name? I'm so bad with names. Anyway, one girl, I think it's Yumaki, I think it is. Yumaki has got a gun to her head. So obviously, if you don't know about this game, you're like, oh shit, like what the hell? Like, why is she trying to shoot herself? But then you realize, obviously, that's the thing to help basically bring out your persona. So that's why that's happening. But all this happens in the beginning, right? So it already starts with a pretty dark beginning. Where it starts already, like, it kicks into gear, you're invested, you want to know what's going on. I'd say you just need to play it for yourself. Honestly, this game is a masterpiece. It is great, and you know what I mean, the story is gripping, and obviously, as I did say, it is my least favorite out of the 3 that I played. The reason for that is just because of how flipping deep it is. Like, it is pretty dark, and also, in fact, no, also the friendship group in this one, I'm probably gonna trigger a lot of, I know there's a lot of people that really like 3. Genuinely, I think the friendship group in this one ain't as good as the others. Like, your bro, I guess bro friend, he's not, yeah, he does a lot of stuff that's like, you know what I mean, he's just against you, and he gets jealous and all that, and it just comes across really annoying. The main girl character, she's a bit mean towards that guy, and it's just, yeah, I just find, I like them, but I just think they're a lot more unlikable than some of the others in the later games. The friendship group didn't seem as close as the other games. I know there'll be people that will disagree with me, but that's just my take on it, genuinely. like I've always said, I'll probably do a review on 4 because I've completed that as well, but I've never done a review on it, so that will probably be coming soon as well. I'll probably do a review on that one as well. But I have said that 4, in terms of like the friendship and feeling that, I think 4 had it down the best. So that's the reason why this one's my least favorite, mainly because the main reason is because it's how deep it is. Like, fuck it all. Like, I was depressed from playing this game, I'm not gonna lie, because there's a lot of shit that happens. You know what I mean? Death and just despair. But yeah, no, as a whole, solid game. I grew to love. So let's talk about my favorite characters. Honestly, Akihiko, which is the white-haired guy, the boxer guy, he's my favorite character in this game. He's just so cool, man. Like, when you first meet him, he just wants to like get straight into, you know, like he's ready to fight the shadows and just, yeah. And then obviously for the first like half of the game, he's injured, so he's not able to, but it's just funny because he's like so frustrated that he can't help it, and he's like, oh, I want to get up, I want to fight. You know what I mean? So he's my favorite character. And of course, JayKaminari, yeah? The dog. My favorite dog character in a game. Straight up. Literally, he's a good boy, man. Like, he is such a good boy. Like, because you're basically able to have him on your team later on, and he comes later, but you can basically have him on your squad, right? He has not left since. As soon as he become option, I had him on my team and he didn't leave. And also, so you can take him for walks and stuff, I did not miss one time. Whenever he wanted to walk, I took him out for a walk. Whenever he wanted to brush, to have a brush at home, I brushed his fur. That is my G right there, man. I love that guy. In fact, he might be my favorite now I'm thinking about it. I'm not gonna lie. The dog is so lit, man. I love him, man. That's a good boy right there. But yeah, like, the characters were good, as I said. Like, even though I was shitting on Junpei and I keep forgetting her name. I was kind of shitting on them, but they're good as well. It's just certain things were very jarring about them too. But, you know, like, the rest of the squad, like, I really like them, for real. Like, you know, you got the blue-haired girl, that's, you know, she's cool. Man, just everybody. Oh, what's her name? The one with the red hair, she's such a good character. Her character development as well was so solid. Like, genuinely, she's one of the, yeah. And she always looked out for everybody anyway. She wanted everyone to be cool. She was like the motherly figure. And just, yeah, so the plot twists in this game are so good. Like, there's a lot of things that happen and you're like, shit, I did not see that coming. I'm trying so hard not to spoil anything, so, you know what I mean? That's why it's so thing. I would prefer, you lot should just play it. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. This is just a video to rate it, I guess. And yeah, so the boss fights and stuff kept me going. Also Tartarus, which is basically, I guess you could say, where you do all the fighting, you're fighting the shadows and stuff. No. There is 200 something floors, and you can, as you go up, obviously the enemies get harder. And yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. It was cool. But yeah, it had a lot of good storylines in there, like very, very real storylines in this one, I would say. It might be the most realistic in terms of emotion. I'll give it that. Like, it just felt very like real life in it. So let's get to, alright, this bit's definitely gonna be a spoiler, but I have to freaking speak about it. So if you don't want like the ending spoiled for you, just come off the video from now. If you don't care, stay or watch, that's fine. The ending, right? So the main character, the protagonist, right? He fights death himself. Okay? Death. yeah, and wins. Okay. Now, out the gate, is he my favorite main character? No, but he's definitely the strongest and the best. How are you fighting death? Like, how? No, he fought death himself, right? And survived. The ending bit was so, like, touching. So after you defeat the last boss, which is death, let me backtrack a bit. So basically, there's a certain character that comes along and he's basically telling you that if you kill him, they can go on with their lives without knowing about the end of the world, did it? Which is basically the 31st of January, right? Obviously your team and you choose, you get the choice. I chose not to kill him, which leads to the true ending basically. If you do the other one, then I think it's a bad ending. I don't know because I didn't do it. But yeah, so he'll basically say, all right then, well, at the 31st of January, so you get a time frame. So on December the 1st, this is where this is a thing, and then you have the whole month until the end of days basically, right? So yeah, he comes along and tells you that, and after you don't kill him, he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. I'm not good. You won't see me like this again. You have 1 month basically to live out your lives, but you're gonna know if you killed me, you would have, all your memories would have been erased and you wouldn't have needed to worry about it. Basically, that's the whole thing, right? So obviously the end of the month comes, you fight this creature who turns out to be the guy who warned you about it in the first place. And you defeat death and all that. But within that time, so on December the 1st, they made a promise basically that they're going to meet, no matter what happens, they're going to meet on the top of the school roof, and basically, yeah, they're just gonna meet there basically when all this is over, not knowing if they're gonna survive or not. That's what they do, right? So that happens now, and flipping hell, like, after you defeated death, you go on your school life, and it comes to graduation day, which is when they're supposed to meet on the roof. And you know what I mean, they've forgotten a certain character called Aegis. She's a robot, so she's the only one that her memory went basically wiped basically, so she remembers everything that happened. So but they've forgotten who she is. Something triggers and they all remember, right? Aegis before that has gone to get the main character, and they've gone to the rooftop to meet everybody. This is the thing that's so touching about this, right? So you realize the main character's really sick in the last days, right? And your classmates and stuff keep telling you, oh, you don't look too well. So bearing in mind, he sealed death away, right? It took a lot out of him to the point where he's dying basically, right? But here's the thing that makes him, oh man, even thinking about it, bro, like, he, through sheer strength and determination alone to keep his promise, stayed alive until everyone was on the rooftop, bro. Like, they all went on the rooftop. Aegis has his head in his arms, and he dies like in her arms, and he fought to stay And man, yo, bro, I was just there like looking at the brother, like, ooh, man, that easily, yeah. Out of all the endings, I will give it this. That ending was the most touching out of all of them. One of the most touching endings to a game, like, because there's a bit where you thought he died, but obviously then that happens. But the fact he actually dies is like, whoa, like, and the game ends like that, you know. And it's all nice, it's flipping, you got the cherry blossoms falling and stuff. He's just in Iger's arms. The sad, so you see all the rest of the crew looking at him smiling because they've remembered in it, but it's like they don't know he's dead yet. They haven't gone over and not like, and Iger's has this speech. Oh, like she's like, I'm not gonna go anyway. You can rest now. It's like, oh, the whole scene was just like, yo, bro. It was so deep, like, oh man, like, the game's so good, man. Like, but I don't know if I could put myself through that little bit again because it's so sad, man. Why can't he survive? Why do you have to die, man? Oh, but yeah, so solid game, man. The way the storytelling, even so obviously you got these things called confidants, which is where you basically build up friendship with certain characters. I'll say this as well. This is the first Persona where because obviously you can romance with a character as well, right? It's the first time I've romanced someone outside of the story group, basically. Because usually I'll go for like I'll end up with someone in the main group, basically. This time I actually didn't. I ended up with, what was her name? Anyway, it was the coach for the athletics team or whatever. I ended up with her basically just because, you know, she was a proper nice character and I thought it worked. And she's one of my favorite side characters, so you know. But yeah, so that fun fact there. I think a lot of the side characters in this game, like that you can build friendships with, were really good as well. The storytelling for them was really good and deep as well. Again, very realistic and just, yeah. In all, this game was so solid, and it's literally, in a weird way, it's left me feeling motivated as well. I know that's mad, like, but no, man, like the way that I'm telling you, the way this game ended, it makes you think about life in a different way. I'm not even being dramatic, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I'm a gamer, so I'll probably, but I'm telling you, like, genuinely, like, it's made me feel a type of way and makes you want to do better in life. Like, that's just what this game's done, innit? So that just goes to show how good this game is. I'd say the best thing is definitely the story telling for this game, like, and yeah, it's on a deeper one, man, for real. But yeah, people, that's about it. I highly recommend it. If I had to give it a rating, again, 10. I've literally given all the Personas a 10 out of 10 now. That there's not been nothing I haven't really liked. Like, genuinely, obviously, you know what I mean? Even though those characters I found a bit annoying, but obviously in real life, there's people that are, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's the way it is. But as I can't fault it. I just can't. Like, it was told so well, and you know what I mean? It's such a good game. Like, obviously, I've seen people chatting about Persona 3 always, isn't it? You know what I mean? A lot of people, that's their favorite one. I fully understand it. Like, I do understand why it would be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at it at all. I get it. So yeah, like, that's it. That's my review. Let me know what you think if you played Persona 3, or Persona 3 Reload, which is the one I played. And let me know, yeah, just, you know, Thanks for checking out this video. I know I haven't been too consistent recently. I'm trying to be better. And there'll be more videos soon. Anyway, until the next video, peace out.